find it there.
Okay, you want some references?
Yes, please.
Which one?
All of them.
Okay. So the first one I mentioned was in chapter number 30 of the Quran, verses 1 to 6.
Sorry, that is...
30. So it's Rome. It's called Rome, Romans.
Okay, 30, I've got it around, so we can have a look at that. 30, what's the verse?
Have you got who does you
What is it predicting?
The Romans beating the Persians.
Oh yes, that was a 50-50 chance, wasn't it?
Oh yes, oh.
Yeah.
That's a nice probability one.
That's okay.
Yeah.
We know that he was encouraging people to back the horse he wanted to win. Now, what about Pakistan and Turkey? Well, where is that predicted in the hadith?
It's a hadith that's narrated by Abu Hurairah. His name was Abu Hurairah, and he narrated in the hadith that the Prophet Muhammad said to him.
Can you just
hold on a bit?
No, could you just spell correct?
A-B-U H-U-R-R-I-A-R-A-H. U-R-R-A-I-A-H.
I-A-H.
I'm just doing this out of mercy.
Yes.
When I'm going to pray,
and what is the reference within there?
It says that.
Can we have the chapter, the book number or whatever it is?
Well, I mean, it's the thing, because to be honest with you, this hadith, this particular hadith of Abu Hurairah, is narrated in more than one hadith book. So you can just research it. Go online and Google, you know.
I don't think it's there. I'm not going to. If you can tell me where to look, I'll look. But I'm not going to spend my time on the wild goose chase, hunting after something that's just not there.
You're going angry.
Right.
Okay, that's nice. So it must be fabricated by myself.
Yeah. So you're not able to give me a reference. Okay.
Okay, all right.
No reference.
Anything else? Anything else?
But it was well before the hadiths were.
Oh, really? Okay, so give me another one that you want to know about. I haven't. Do you want me to give you 100?
I would like the proper references. It's no good saying look through the whole Bukhari and you will find something there. You need, if you are going to.
Which one do you want?
Well, tell me what is the number of the hadith that I have to look at.
Which one are you talking about?
This one.
Which one? Abu Hurairah.
Yeah, what you've just told
so
me.
Abu Hurairah's
Which
hadith.
Is not okay. That I've
Abu
never
Hurairah's
heard of
hadith.
That as a hadith. So
Abu
it's
Hurairah.
probably a weak one. But would you
it's
like
probably
to
a weak
tell,
one. No, it's not.
Would you like to
it's
tell
a strong
me
one. I can tell you.
what the hadith is that it talks about? And I'll look it up.
Okay, so I said to you before, the hadith which is talking about, which one you want?
Yes, okay.
Yes.
What is the number of this specific verse within the hadith?
There's no verse in the hadith. I don't know what you're talking about, sorry. Can you phrase your question a bit clearer?
If you read Bukhari,
it's not Bukhari.
you will find that divided into books. So you can't say whereabouts in this document
so frankly,
you are going to find a prophecy. You just can't say.
Okay, so what would you want?
A page or
a page number.
Yes, okay,
page number.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I can't provide that, my friend.
No,
Clearly,
sure
I can't provide page numbers. No, I'm not going to give you a page.
Anything.
Okay, page number. I don't know page number.
Even though the conquests had already taken place before the hadiths were written down.
Okay, let me ask you a question then. Let me ask you a question. The hadith that I referred to before, the man, wasn't about conquest in the first instance. The first instance, I was talking to you about hadith that's narrated reliably, and there's two narrations. Both of them as well, once again, one of them is Bible Hurairah. Okay? And this hadith, it refers to in the future that human beings will be on suruj. Suruj, as defined by the classical dictionaries, and he said, the Prophet he defines what suruj are. Suruj are rihal, and he said that classical dictionaries say that these are like ships basically on the ground, on the land, yeah? They are like ships, the Roman ships of the old. But they will have a leather interior, and he tells us in the hadith that inside of those vehicles that are going to be moving around, that you're going to stop at the masjids or the mosques, and that women will be dressed in a certain way coming out of those particular vehicles. This is a hadith which is sahih. I'm asking you a question. So when did the automobile, when was it actually found, when did we know that there's such a thing as an automobile? Was it in the 1800s, 1700s? So I ask you, when was the hadith compiled? Before 1800 or after 1800?
Well, before. So where is this reference?
So the automobile was...
Where is the reference?
The reference? I've told you there's two references.
Come up with all sorts of spurious
So you're saying it doesn't.
Scientific
You're saying it doesn't.
miracles from the Quran.
No, I didn't say anything about science. But I didn't say anything about science.
A lot of people do because it's the only way they can fool people into thinking that this is.
Okay, so first of all, I haven't talked about Quran.
And you look it up and you find that they are pathetic references. Pathetic.
Yeah, it's Abu Hurairah. Yeah, thank you very much.
And Allah gets half of his science.
Yeah, so let's do quickly. Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Oh, good.
okay, thank you very much, yeah.
That's fine.
What
Somebody's been able to find it.
Okay, this is the Turkish reference, yeah?
Okay.
Narrated by Abu Hurairah, Allah's apostle, the Prophet Muhammad. This is about the Turkish one, yeah?
Yes. Could I have the number that you... What was the number?
Number 179.
179.
Volume 4. Book 52.
Volume 4.
Yeah.
Book
52.
52.
Yeah.
And
Number 179.
Number 179. Good.
Yes.
Okay.
Abu Hurairah said that Allah's apostle said that I will not be established until you fight the Turks. Isn't that what you said didn't exist?
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know where. So that was written 200 years after it.
Okay, so should we go to the other one about the cars, yeah?
We know there was unrelenting battles.
When were cars invented though?
14 centuries after Muhammad.
Ask Ford. Ask Ford.
Huh?
Ask Ford.
Ask Ford. So when what? 1700s, 1800s?
Okay.
So was the hadith compiled at that time?
Yes, okay.
Oh, yes, it was,
So,
yeah? So the hadith was compiled after cars were created?
Okay.
Is that your claim?
Yes, that's okay, yes.
Okay, now I'm happy with that.
Right.
We'll leave it as that. If
Now,
you're saying the
where
hadith
does it
was
say,
compiled after cars were
will
created?
be created
Okay.
in,
Yes.
in a millennium. Where is that in
Okay, so the hadith is, as I say, it's narrated, I think, by the same person. Abu
Okay,
Hurairah.
yes, and what is the reference?
Oh my God. You want me to give you book number and page number?
You
Get it.
do need
Get another one, please, man. She needs help,
It
man.
says that cars were created.
Okay, I'm telling you. Yeah? So, just get the hadith.
And I
Get the number,
prefer, to see what it actually says.
I don't know the number.
Yes, can we
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know the number.
You do.
You could do a Google search.
Well, it's difficult enough doing the Quran. But they go into books of
If
hadith.
you're
There's
making
100,000
these
hadith.
claims, you ought to know.
I can't do that, I'm afraid.
Well,
If you want to get the
no, I'm
numbers, you
sure
can.
you
I don't know.
Well, you could do a Google
I'm
search
sure
and
you
find out.
can't.
Your Google search.
Well, if you're making claims, I have not made these claims. You should
So you want me to
be
get you the
able
number
to
and
back
book
it
the
up.
same thing as this?
I need that
So
number,
if I
and
give
I
you-
need to see
I'll
what
research
it
it.
says.
When-
So it
when
says
I give you that
there
number-
will be cars created.
So
in a
when I give you that number,
in the
still here.
when I give you that, what are you going to do? You're going to apologise.
Well, I'm going to read it and find
After
out
you-
what it says.
So if it says that, what are you going to say?
If it says there will be cars created in
I didn't say that, that's what it says.
100
I told you
years,
that
I
the
will
Prophet-
say I am very surprised, but he has got that.
Take shahada then.
If it says
has got that right, you're correct, yeah.
well, if it says that cars will be created in 1,000 years, then
Well, I told you something back because cars can mean anything in Arabic. Siyara, back in the days of the Quran,
okay, yes. So it
means
could have
something
been a
completely different.
camel.
No,
Yeah.
let's not talk about camel.
Well,
There's
just
a word
as
for.
easily be-
No, sorry.
So
Are you an Arabic expert?
So he did not know.
He didn't say- he didn't say
that-
camel.
that He didn't know what a car was in those days.
There was no cars at that time. He described it.
No, I know.
What do you want him
Which
to do?
is why.
There was no such thing as cars. How are you going to do it? You're going to have to describe it.
Describe it.
So he described it with the Arabic word suruj in the plural and sarj in the singular.
Okay,
Which means, he explains it himself what it means. So he says in the same hadith, which is narrated by Abu Hurairah, there's kar-rihali. As-rihal, which is the plural, and the singular is rahal. This word, if you look into the old dictionaries, not today's dictionaries of today, but if you look into the old dictionaries, it basically means something which resembles a boat, but which is on the ground. So it's not a water thing. It doesn't go in the water, but it goes in land vehicle. Wait, hold on. Let me finish. It's something which resembles a boat, but it's on the land. Something which has leather interiors, and basically people will be sitting in those leather interiors. Something which moves around because it says it's going to be moving around until it approaches the masajid. I remember masajid. What is it talking about?
Just says it's like a boat with a leather interior and it moves around. And you have
cars
So what-
leather
so what is it
interior.
talking about?
leave in faith to say that that is a
Okay,
car.
well that's so now you've just
so that's all it is. Yes, it's something that looks like a boat.
So what do you want him to say after that? What else can you say? You've got certain things
well,
around
I
you.
would
What are you
have
going to say?
said, yes,
Yes, what would you say?
that a car
Yes,
is...
a car is you don't remember, it's not there yet.
Is not like a boat.
What's the closest thing to a car in those days? From an interior and exterior perspective.
Well, he's supposed to be a prophet. He should be able to describe it more accurately.
So tell me what he's going to say. Tell me what he's going to say. Tell me how you describe it. You keep going away and coming back.
You have chariots, you see.
Okay.
You have chariots and
But do chariots...
I'm sorry if that's
do they
what
cover
you're
all sides?
basing your eternity on.
No, I'm not personal
I
eternity.
pity you.
I'm just giving you one.
مش هي بقى كله